Crafting. I was just in her chat. So that was pretty cool. Let's see if we can get a smiling face on our back here. Can we get a heart? We can get a heart on the back. Can we get another heart? There we go. Now we got the heart. There's a thumbnail for you right there. Alright, so let me get my setup going here. Get the chat going. Do the right thing. We got the purple martins in the background. Today we are on time. Now we got eggs on the back. Alright, so let's get the chat going here. Let's make sure our butler is on duty. Yes, our butler is on duty. And we got our chat there. We got Zed, we got Red Bimmer, we got Janice in there already. I'm going to select live chat and boom. Rock and roll, here we go. Alright, so yeah, yesterday, I don't know if you know what happened.
Said the butler is here.
Yes, the butler is here. The butler is here. So thank you again, Kelly's Crafting, for basically rating my stream every day is what it's amounting to. So what we got going on here today is we got a little action. We're going to do 3 things if I can pull it off in time before Natasha goes live. She's supposed to go live at about 40 minutes. So we're going to try to do this all in 40 minutes. So we got some bacon action going right here. So we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do bacon. I'm going to do the dessert first. I changed up my superfood dessert. I had too much salt in it yesterday. We're also going to feature Zed's sculpture a little bit today. I'll have a video premiere of Zed's sculpture opening package later on today sometime. I'll premiere that video. So definitely big shout out to Zed's Place. We will definitely make that a part of our stream a lot more. So we're going to have a different take on what I did yesterday on the superfood dessert. So we got to get some butter. Let's do this. Everything always needs grass-fed butter. You got to feed your butter grass for it to be better. We're going to need our homemade walnut butter. So we're going to have 3 ingredients here. And we're going to have some honey. So I'm not adding any extra salt this time because it was too salty yesterday. And yes, I ate the whole thing. It was awesome. So today I'm going to do it a little bit different. I already picked the mulberries this morning. The mulberries are fresh. So we're going to get about, let's just do a other side measurement here.
Janice M. said, how bad did the storm get last night?
It wasn't that bad. I did a live stream last night of the storm. And in this area, it wasn't bad. So that's about all the butter we're going to do for this. And we're going to add a little bit of something different. I'm going to put we need our bamboo spatula that I made. So we're going to let this melt a little bit here. And I'm going to kind of be a little bit rushed today to try to get everything done in 40 minutes before Natasha is supposed to go live. She's going to be, I think, out in nature, giving us a live stream like the good old days. So we're going to speed that melting up there. We're going to turn our bacon up here. So this is uncured, no preservative bacon, the good stuff. Doesn't have any of the bad stuff in it.
Polish Agnes Browniatko said, hi Fry and everyone grin.
Shout out to Polish Agnes. Nice to see you in the chat. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our happy walnut butter here. We're not going to put as much in there. I already got the mulberries. I picked the mulberries this morning. That's the best way to start your day, is picking mulberries. So this is going to be a superfood dessert. And yeah, Polish does a lot of cool cooking streams. Everybody check out Polish's channel. If you can, Polish, put link in the chat so people can go check out all the stuff that you do. I'm going to spin that around. It's starting to get a little bit warm. Alright, so we're going to turn the burner off because this is actually going to be a cold dessert. So we don't need it to be... I just wanted the butter to melt on the bottom. So the walnut butter that I made the other day on the stream is nice and submerged in the butter. I think that's about enough. Well, put a little bit more. So if you want to have the butler read the chat, you know what to do. or somebody else in the chat can help with that. All right, so that's what we're doing there. Now we're going to do something a little bit different today. I know I said I didn't want to add any added sugar, which I'm not. I'm going to add a little honey. So that's what I'm changing on this, because most people are going to want it sweeter than it was yesterday, okay? And I'm doing this because I want other people to like these recipes. I would normally just eat it. We're going to put the mulberries on next, but this is what I'm going to do. I want to have a little happy treat of a little bit of honey going across the top. Not too much. This is the Madaba honey. I have to order this stuff online. That's about all I want. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let it fall off the spoon, because we have all the time in the world, right? We're just going to let it fall off. We're going to start in the middle. We're going to work our way around. That's a little bit more honey than I would have wanted, but that's what we're working with right now. So yeah, Polish, if you put exclamation, if you just put link in the chat, just type link, Polish Agnes, and people can go check out your channel. If anybody is new, we need to wash our hands real quick. Oh, so updates. We got Zed's 8-ball in, obviously. So now we have a new friend to the stream, Zed Sculpture. Check this out. Look at this ant art. Look at that. And I put it over here to the left so the grease doesn't get on it. And it's even engraved on the bottom. It says Zed. Let's see if we can show this. Right there. It says Zed 423. I almost made 420. I was 3 days away from being 420. That would have been really cool too. It says Zed. So Zed, if you're in there, put link in the chat. If not, you will be featured on my premiere video later when I opened up the package. And I also discovered, while we're tangenting, that in the bottom of the box were these 3 things. So I didn't throw it away. Got some sticker action, and I'll show you a little bit closer up of that real quick here. So this was in the bottom of the box, and it says, "From my heart to yours, Fry." Oh, look at that. That's cool. We're gonna put that over here, and then we got these stickers here. I'm not sure, I don't know the backstory on these stickers, but I'm kind of new to this whole sticker thing, but I'm learning. All right, so now let's go get our mulberries. And we're going to put our mulberries in the dessert here. This is going to be a simple dessert. I'm not adding cinnamon today because I didn't really. Yesterday's was good, but today's is going to be better. All right, so this is still warm. You see how the honey was across the top? We're just going to kind of move that around a little bit. We don't want to mix it up much because we want the flavor of the butter, the walnut, and the honey to all kind of stand out and not mix together. I'm going to leave the green things on here today. Yesterday I took the green things off the mulberries, but I think there's some nutritional value in that, so we're not taking that out. Sure is quiet in the chat today. It's really weird. It's kind of ominous. It's quiet. All right, so we got Polish, we got James. Maybe it's the music that I have because it's ominous music. We'll step it up a notch. We're going to put on the song that YouTube doesn't think that's mine. I made this song about a week or so ago, and YouTube is still trying to copyright my own song. And I uploaded the song by itself. It came from BandLabs. And so far, I haven't seen a copyright strike from it, just a clean upload.
Red Bimmer said, "Sir, as your butler, what can I do for you?"
Can you mow some trails on the property? Because I need to start mowing trails. And I want to start doing more renegade gardening. So that would be nice. The mower, the right front tire is a little bit low. So you'll need to air up the tire. You need to put gas in it. and just mow trails to all the pecan trees and the fruit trees, and don't mow the rest of the stuff. I want to leave all the flowers for the wildlife. So there we go. So this is our dessert. Now I'm just going to kind of press it in a little bit right there so we get a little of that honey action around the mulberries, even though the mulberries are sweet as they can be. And we're going to put this in the deep freeze, and this is going to be a very cold, happy superfood dessert. Now we don't want to put a warm piece of glass, even though this is Corningware. We don't want to put that right on something cold in the deep freeze. So you want to set it on a hot pad like that.
Polish Agnes Browniatko said Yumi.
There we go. Now it's in the deep freeze. Said Yumi? Let's see, the butler doesn't read right sometimes. What is the butler saying here? The butler is saying yummy. Okay, Yumi. Alright, so we forgot to put our mulberries. Now that we got mulberries on my back, we need to go put those in the deep freeze as well. This is how I'm preserving them, because they don't last long outside of their elements. So we're going to put those right here. So it is going to be very yummy. I had some yesterday, Agnes, and it was too salty. So today was the new version of this. So now we're going to get to our main event here, and that is our bacon. It was frozen, so we have to had to heat it up a little bit there. Oh, we don't want our little smiley face to get grease on it. We're gonna move that up out of the way. All right, so what are we working with here? This is what we're working with. I kind of tangented on my my dessert, so we had a little bacon fail, a little bit stuck on the bottom. So my butler is not telling me that I should have been paying attention. So yeah, that was a little bit of stick there. Not bad. It's a lot to prep for these cooking streams. Alright, somebody just texted me. Wonder who that could be. We're going to put that lid right back, and we're going to turn the heat down just a touch maybe. No, we're good with that. We're going to go over here to the happy little cutting board, but I do need to check something real quick. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, yep. Alright, cool. She's not live yet. So we're going to prepare our sweet taters, and we're going to get that ready for putting in the bacon grease. I don't know if we're going to do 1 or 2 sweet taters. I really probably only need to eat 1. I already pre-washed these and cut the ends off. We're just going to step it up a notch like this. So Natasha Mavis
Acme AM said looks good.
ACAM says looks good. Yes, it is. It's going to be great. And if I have time before the top of the hour, I'm going to show you my new version of dandelion coffee, which is better than my old version that I showed on the stream last time. So we're going to cut this up and see what we're working with here. We probably only want 1 sweet potato in our sweet taters and eggs and bacon. So the sound you're hearing in the background is the purple martins. I did get a pole this morning that I found on the property. Yeah, I just cruise around on the property in the solar cart. Now that edge is a little thick.
Acme AM said I am MacGyver.
You're MacGyver, rock and roll. So that edge was a little thick, so we cut her in half. All right. Hey, we got AAP in the chat. Yeah, so y'all aren't live today. So everybody check out AAP. That's between my morning hangout and channels. I'm usually on, I start off with Red Cactus or Gary, We the People, or ride along gang. I jump around during my workflow, and I had a camera fail. That was the
Janice
first camera fail of the day.
Said it may be a lot of work, but thank you for doing the cooking shows. I really appreciate and enjoy them.
Appreciate it. So yeah, what I'm saying is put link in the chat there, AAP, because there's probably some new people here that haven't seen your variety channel, and he does all kinds of fun stuff. So now we need to get our eggs prepped. We're going to leave the lid off now. We're going to get our eggs prepped. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to put our sweet potatoes in. Right now is the time, really, when the bacon's almost done. Yeah, the bacon's almost done. So we're going to move these hot rods off to the side. I didn't pre-pepper this bacon. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to do a little black pepper on the top, or a lot, like I like it. Right there, that's all I put on my bacon. Now I used to put brown sugar, but I don't do any added sugar anymore. So the only sugar I have is from fruit, and that's because I was
Polish Agnes Browniatko said Yare bacon.
Yes, bacon good. The reason why I don't do any sugar now is because I was pre-diabetic. I was having some metabolic issues, and I turned all that stuff around. AFib and all, you name it. All my metabolic issues are gone. And I did that just by cutting out sugar, wheat, and ice cream, and coffee, you know, macaroni, cheese, all the stuff that I like to eat. But I find now that I feel so much better that I don't even want to go back. So it's just one of those things that you just got to have some willpower. Once you see results in your own body, you don't want to go back. It's one of those things where your health is your true wealth. Let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. And treat your body like a temple, not a dumpster. And the only thing you can control in life is what you put in your mouth. And you can either harm yourself or hurt yourself in your kitchen. I found that out. So I do my best to help myself with what I eat. And a lot of people are thinking, bacon? That's not healthy for you. Well, this is uncured bacon. And this is also, doesn't have any of the nitrates in it. Now, I did move the bacon off to the side a little bit faster than I normally would, but I'm feeling a little bit rushed today because I have a deadline to ease into another stream, which is going to be Natasha's Live. So I'm kind of stepping it up a notch today. So the bacon did get pushed off to the side a little bit early, so sorry about that, bacon, if you're feeling like I'm rushing you, but that's just what's going on here. So let's get our eggs prepped and get that going on. Let's see, we don't want that camera view, we want that one. So we're going to come over here and grab this, and then we're going to do this little number right here. And then we're going to crack, this is going to be 2 eggs with this. Rusty Watt is running the water well right now, so everybody shout out to Rusty Watt for running the water well for me. And Rusty Watt is my 65 Chevy. It's backed out of the garage, and it's got 1,000 watts of solar. The water well only needs 350 watts, so I have backup power. If we do have time in the stream today, we're going to make my dandelion tea with the power from Rusty Watt, if we have time. And just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, that's the bird cam. There's Rusty Watt right there. And where is another good picture? There's Rusty Watt backed out of the garage. You can see the extension cord that's hooked into the water well. So Rusty Watt is running the well. So everybody, thank Rusty Watt for doing that for us. And again, if you want the butler to read the chat, you definitely have to put an exclamation point, the @ symbol with Fry TV, and the butler will read the chat. All right, so let's get over here and get some action going with our eggs. We're going to use the power of Rusty Watt to get our eggs, give them a little attitude adjustment here.
Natasha May said, I'm going to be a bit late. Take your time.
Oh, that's
I'll go on after you. We'll be ready 3:15 your time.
Oh, well, that buys me some time then. Rock and roll. All right, so you heard it from Natasha. So we're just going to give these eggs a little bit of attitude adjustment here. And that's about all you want right there. That was power from Rusty Watt. See? I got these labeled Rusty. So that's coming from Rusty. Rusty to the rescue. All right, we need to go watch this. So now I don't feel so rushed. So she said 3:15. I'll have to go back and look at the chat. So we'll have time to do the dandelion tea, if that's the case. I might just wait for another stream on that, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll probably have time to make that dandelion tea. That's gonna rock. All right. So right here we're working with 1 sweet potato, half a pack of bacon of eggs here. Bacon of egg. Say that again. Half a pack of what? Half a pack of bacon, 2 eggs. Yeah, so our bacon is pretty much done. So we're gonna put it on our plate and we're gonna start prepping our plate. We're gonna get our plate ready.
Red Bimmer said, thank you, Natasha. That will give me, the butler, more time to get the trails mowed. Natasha Maeve said, even 3:30 your time would work. Fry. I'm always operating on hippie time. Haha, open mouth smile.
Oh, that's great. Hippie time. Yeah, I don't work on strict time schedules either, Natasha. That's why that's the most difficult thing about doing this cooking stream, really. The prep is one thing, but having things ready for like coming on live. So there's our bacon. It's gonna chill. It's gonna be nice and crisp when we're done. So yeah, the whole time thing. Now we got a full skillet here for our sweet taters, and now they're gonna cook more even. So we can go ahead and flip these hot rods. And it's a little early for the flip. Yeah, it's a little bit early for the flip. So what we can start doing now, so she said 3:30 would work. All right, we'll do 3:30 then, Natasha. Rock and roll. That's even better. So now, not so rushed at all. That works even better. So these are Paulownia flowers that I picked this morning. They were just laying in the yard, and I put them in.
DH Trains, Bullet Train Man Dancing said hello from Nitro Freak.
Hey
Polish
David,
Agnes Browniatko said cooking shows live is not easy. That's why mine are always 3h long.
Yeah, 3 hours long. I know, and I've been making them about 45 minutes is my average Polish. So yeah, this is the blooms from a Paulownia tree, and they fell on the ground, and I pick them up every morning when they're in season like this, and I put them in a little dish with distilled water, and they'll last about 3 days like that, and they smell amazing. So now you can hear it, they're sizzling different. So we just flipped that one already, so we need to flip all these. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of time to make the dandelion tea, coffee. It's actually a coffee. It's technically a superfood coffee the way I make it. I'll tell you the ingredients. It has 2 bags of roasted dandelion root, and I cut the bags so I'm not getting any of the bag material in my coffee. It has a small scoop of cacao powder, organic, and I've been doing some reading, and there's been studies that say that cacao powder or cacao in small amounts can stimulate stem cell growth. Now, I could never prove or disprove
Kelly
that.
Wayrauch said, sorry I went over. Didn't help, my live went down.
So Kelly said, sorry I went over, didn't help my life. Oh, that's cool, Kelly. Yesterday, what happened with Kelly is I was ready to go right after her show, and I'm sitting there going, wow, this is taking a lot longer. It was like 15, 20 minutes after 2 o'clock. And I finally figured out that I was watching her stream on like a 20 or 15 minute delay. So yeah, yesterday was my bad. So anyway, about the chocolate and the stem cells, the chocolate I use, this cacao powder, it's the highest quality I could find. It's organic, it's not Nestle. But there was studies that were saying that it could stimulate stem cell growth. Now, is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. Could I prove or disprove that? No, and it's probably the people that sell the chocolate. Could have been the lobbyists that say, here, let's do this study so more people will buy chocolate. But either way, so yeah, back to tangenting. You'll know exactly what's in my dandelion coffee here in a little bit. Once I'm done with this, we can actually start making it, so my food's not going to be so. Yeah, we can slow this down now because I'm not rushed. We still got plenty of time. Time check. Yeah, we got plenty of time. So let's go check on the birds real quick. Seeing about plenty of time.
Red Cactus said, I'm like so late. My bad.
Shame on you. So we got sweet taters on our back. Better late than never, Red. We got sweet taters on our back right now. Let's put a smiley face on our back real quick. Can we do the whole smiley face?
Red Cactus said, lol.
There we go. That's my custom real world emoji. Little heart smiley face there I made about a year ago. Alright, so these things, you can hear them talking to you. So they speak a different language whenever they're almost done. You can hear it in the sizzle. We're getting close. And the key is you want to turn off the stove before you put the eggs in there. And you also don't want to pre-salt any of your eggs because it does make them a little bit rubbery if that's something you don't like. We're going to throw just a little bit of happy ground pepper. Like
Natasha Maeve said, I am biking and listening. I love how we both don't like living on the clock. Now I can relax and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, no clock for me. I am the no schedule guy. I don't exist in time. As a matter of fact, I don't do birthdays. I don't celebrate birthdays. I make sure people don't know when the so-called birthday was. You were only born one time, and that's a fact. You were born once. So the celebrating the birthday thing never made sense to me. Plus, our calendar is not really actually what you think it is either. The calendars have been changed. Technically, there's 13 months in a year because everything goes by the moon. That's why they call it months, moon. And then there's 28 days in a month. And guess who goes by the 28-day calendar? Even Google Analytics goes by that 28-day calendar. Fish they spawn every 28 days. 28 days is a thing for everything. I could go on and on. 28 days for the moon cycle. That's where the word month came from, is moon. It's 28 days. So technically, anybody that's celebrating their birthday, they're celebrating on the wrong day anyway, because our calendar was changed.
HOT2TROT said, taters sure are whispering sweet sizzles in her ears, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yep, they are. So they're done. That's it. I turned off the heat. So this is how this works. You really don't want
Natasha Maeve said, I love how we both live in real time and you're not pissed at me for being late, haha.
Not at all. No, that is so not me. No, I actually like that. Yeah. That's just one more control mechanism, this illusion of time. And time is always in the now. So yeah, time is just one more control mechanism. If I was in control of this system, whatever you want to call it, I would there would be one time zone. If we're going to have time, there'd be one time zone all around the world. And that way there's none of this Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, you know, all these different time zones would be gone. The problem would be solved. So everybody would be a little bit more united, I think, too. So now it's calming down. The heat is off. So we're cooking with residual heat on this stainless steel skillet. And this is a really nice one. You can see it's got a thick bottom. Look at that. This is no cheapo. See how thick that bottom is? That's happy time right there. So this thing's got a lot of residual heat, thermal energy left in it. So it depends on your cookware, how you turn off your stove if you want this to turn out right. So this is all I do. It's still a little bit warm, but I'm going to do it anyway because we're going to be okay. So I just do this little number right here. Just like that. So we have a song that we've already played coming up. We don't want that now, do we? There we go. And then that's all you got going on right there. That's it. It's that simple. And then you just put the lid on. Oh, but wait. I forgot the most important thing. We are running low on sea salt. We have to refill. But this is when you want to salt it.
Basehead 30. Said looky pocket taters tongue out.
There we go. That's when you salt it. Right there when the eggs have already been put in there. And then you put the lid on. You got your residual heat. And you want to put this off to the side because you don't want the bottom of the taters to burn. So you want that to cool down pretty quick. And then we do some prepping for our plate right here. So let's do some plate prep here. So we're going to probably do a little bit of grass-fed. We're feeding our cheese grass today. So we're going to do that with a little bit of nutritional yeast. So we need to get our happy little grater. It's hanging on our bamboo up here. And we're going to get some grass-fed cheese. We got some nice tunes in the background. So yeah, did I make myself clear on the whole birthday thing, the calendar? These are facts that I'm stating, not my opinion, that the calendar has been changed. And if that's new info to you, look into it. But yeah, our original calendar was 13 months. It followed the moon cycles. I mean, that's how it came. That's how the calendar was formed. The original
Captain
calendar
and
came
the squad. Said looks like Gordon Ramsay plated this food.
Looks like who? Gordon Ramsay plated this food. All right, so now I have no idea who that is. So educate me. I love learning new things. Who is Gordon Ramsay? So this is where I need somebody to talk to me in my ear. My show producer. You idiot! You should never admit that you don't know who Gordon Ramsay is.
Red Cactus. Said did you already rant about the copyright stuff?
No, I haven't. So I'll rant about the copyright stuff when I'm making my dandelion coffee. Red. Or I might save it for another stream. I don't know. So, all right, so we got a little bit of grass-fed cheese right there. We're just going to put some happy nutritional yeast. That's been working good for me. That's this stuff here.
Captain and the squad. Said he is a famous chef.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be somebody like that. I knew it. So I don't watch a lot of pop culture TV, so I don't know these things. So
Red Cactus. Said my daughter will smack you for not knowing who Gordon Ramsay is. OMG.
Well, I don't watch TV, all right? So, you know, I call it like it is. I don't watch television. If I do watch TV, it's just to basically see how the system is programming people. So, yeah, I watch it basically for seeing where the propaganda is being pushed out, what's going on there. So we're still doing good. We got all the time in the world, Natasha. We do have all the time in the world. Time is always in the know. All right.
James Hupp Massier said, why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing.
Haha. So what was the salad
Bimmer
wearing?
said October used to be the 8th month, right?
Yeah. Yeah, who is saying that? About the October? Yeah, look into the calendar. Our calendar has been changed. There's a lot of stuff that's been changed to keep the system, I think, a little bit more controllable and at a disorder or out of balance, I think. I don't know exactly why, but it seems like things are done sometimes to keep people away from the nature of things, the real world. So there's our prepped plate. So now we're going to move this off to the side, and we're going to check in with our happy eggs and sweet potatoes, and we're going to reveal what we got, what we're working with here. And we're just going to do a happy little flip right there, and then we're done. And that just cooks a little bit on the top, just in case your eggs have cooties, which these don't. So you can make 4 meals out of this. This is going to be saved. I'm going to put half of this away, and then I'm going to put this on my plate right here, right on top of this bed of cheese. We're going to do both of these. Let me give you a little bit better shot of what we're working with here. There we go. And then this will be leftovers, or if you're feeding 2 people, you could split the bacon up. You could have made a little bit more bacon, and now you have a happy plate for 2 people. We're going to put this plate back on the burner because you always want your plate to be warm. There's another pro tip. Nobody wants to eat off of a cold plate. Alright, so we need to put up our leftovers. So how are we going to manage that? I don't think I've ever done that on a live stream.
Julie Mumford said, I'm starting my prep for supper here. I love being tuned into such a chill channel. Thanks Fry. Butterfly.
I don't want to eat that much. That's just way too much food. And they'll be nice and happy. I got a little sea salt on top. Really doesn't get any better than that. We're going to put this off to the side. Put this in the happy fridge. And then we're going to get to the grand finale. Now this is going to end up being cold. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the toaster oven just to sit and get out of the way while we make our tea. The plate is warm. We're just going to set it right here in the toaster oven. I'm going to move that out of the way. And we're going to start making our dandelion tea with the, it's actually going to be dandelion coffee with the help of Rusty Watt. Rusty Watt's going to be supplying us with the power that we need to make this coffee. So we're going to get this out of the way so we have a nice, clean, happy spot. And now we need our basket. When I make stuff, I do it as clean as possible. So we're going to come over here and clean our little spot here so we don't get any action on our tea bag thingy, our basket. So this is going to be some pretty different concepts. Everything I do is always a little bit different. So you've probably never seen dandelion tea being made this way, but you're going to love it if you make it exactly like I make it. Change it to your taste. So I use This is one of the first things that I use. So this is some organic roasted dandelion. That's the brand that I found that's really reliable as far as consistency and quality. And we're also going to need cayenne pepper. It's going to be the star of the show. We got a little bit of cinnamon we're going to add. Now I'm making a coffee substitute here, but it's also doubling as kind of like a superfood drink in a way. And yes, we are going to add black pepper as well. And are we forgetting anything? Yes, we're forgetting real salt, which sea salt, whatever you have. The salt shaker is out right now, so we're just going to pull out of here. So this is our ingredients, so let's get to it. We're making our dandelion coffee substitute. So I start off with the dandelions. So this is how I do this. I don't want the paper. I wish I could find this stuff in bulk. I'm going to start growing dandelion. I'm going to make my own. That's my goal, is I'm going to start growing my own dandelion because I've harvested a ton of seeds. And I'm going to roast it. I'm going to do videos about it. I'm going to make it without being roasted. You don't want like a coffee substitute. There's also going to be one more thing I put in here that you're not going to be able to source, but I do it for nutritional and health reasons, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. But this is something I've been drinking the last couple of days just to see how my body reacts to it, and it seems to react very well. Haven't had any heart skipping beats, any weirdness, no fluttering, no weirdness from any kind of a reaction of that. So it's not jacking up my body chemistry. It's resonating with my body, and that's what I'm looking at here. So this is the dandelion root. I use 2 of these bags. Okay, I don't want that paper in my drink. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our organic cacao powder. This kind of gives it a little bit more of a, let's check on our birds. Yep, there's the purple martins having fun, making lots of noise. All right, back to the action here. So I add about this much of the cacao powder, like that much. And, you know, I don't measure anything. This is just basically a teaspoon, but it shows to be a teaspoon, but you saw that it was more than a teaspoon. So that's about the amount I put in there. It's a little bit different every time. I like to experiment every time I make something. So we got that off to the side. We're going to add some cracked pepper. Now, this would look a little bit weird to most people to put in your coffee, but again, this is a coffee substitute. So it's not going to taste like coffee, but it's going to be more beneficial and better for you. So I'll put about that much black pepper in there. It's going to add that bite to it, just like the cayenne. We're going to put some organic cayenne in there. So I know that sounds a little weird, but trust me on this. If you do this, what I'm doing, boom, about that much cayenne. And then you can't forget the cinnamon, the brand that starts with a C. We're going to put a little of that action in there. And then the sea salt. Got to have the sea salt so it hits that palate the right way. So this is usually in a salt shaker. Don't want to put too much because that would be too much. So this is about how much sea salt we're putting in there. This is actually real salt. It's the brand. Putting about that much. I'm going to somehow pour that back in there. Just like that. Talking about show prep, my salt shaker was not full. So there you go, show prep, salt shaker wasn't full. So here's what we're working with, but wait, there's more. Now this is something that you're probably not going to be able to access unless I'm going to talk to the powers that be about this. But this is Tahibu tea, and this is a tree bark. It's one of the only trees that they found that a fungus doesn't grow on. And here's what the full bag looks like. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I have a lot of this stuff because I did a podcast for this guy. I edited his show back in the day, so I produced one of his shows. and he has a show on our radio station, and he gave me a whole bunch of this stuff. Instead of paying me with money, he gave me the tea bags. So I've been drinking this stuff for years now, and I have a ton of them. So he must have really liked the work that I did producing a show. So I got this Tahibu tea. Now the story of this is his dad was very ill. The guy that, he's basically an activist about this Tahibu tea. It's one of the only trees in the world that a fungus will not grow on. And this is the bark of the tree. So what I'm going to show you here is this is about how much I put in my... Now this is something you're not going to source, but I add this for the antifungal effect. And you know what fungus is. The C word feeds on fungus. So C feeds on fungus. This is antifungal. And it also has a really good taste. I like the way it tastes. Some people don't like the way it tastes, but it's Tahibu tea. I'm going to contact him through the powers that be and see if I can link his stuff, if he would allow me to do that. And then I will promote it. But that's something that I add that you're not going to have access to currently. But you have all this other stuff. You can get this at the grocery store. You can get your sea salt, the cinnamon, the cayenne, the cacao powder. And I would recommend getting all this stuff as clean as possible, because if you're going to do something like this every day, you definitely don't want to be poisoning yourself. So there's our concoction of coffee substitute. You could actually pre-mix this stuff if you're in a hurry. You could have this already pre-made and mix it up. But I do it fresh every day. So we're going to put it in our happy little coffee maker here. We're going to use coffee to make coffee substitute. And the reason why I do this with the paper clip, you'll find out here in a second. So we need to put water in there, and I think I put about 4 cups, and I use distilled water. So that is because it's the cleanest water I can find, and that's what I want. I want clean water in my body, not stuff with fluoride and all the chloramine and chlorine. So we're putting about 4 cups in there, just like that. And we're going to ask Rusty Watt if we can borrow some power, just for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, let's ask Rusty. We can stop running the well right now, Rusty. So you can take a... There we go. So we're going to take that power that was running the well, and we're going to make some dandelion coffee now. We got distilled water. You just saw the ingredients. But wait, there's an important step here. When you're doing this, that basket's going to be clogged up. So we're going to need a spoon. Where is my silver spoon? My special spoon. There it is.
Red Bimmer said, I hear a cardinal.
Yes, you do. You probably hear cardinal, you probably hear mockingbirds, and you probably hear purple martins. All right, let's see. Let's get to some chat action here. What's going on with the chat? So, if you want the butler to read the chat, you can do exactly what Red Bimmer did. So copy what he did to get my attention, the exclamation point, the @ symbol, Fry TV Now, and then if the butler will read the chat. All right, so we are making our dandelion coffee substitute. Let's see. You put a space in between Fry TV, and that's why it's not reading it. Yeah, so Zed, you put a space, and that's why. All right, Betty Boop's in there, AP. Hey, Betty. So let's go outside just for a second, and I'll show you where the power is coming from for Rusty Watt. So while this is brewing, we're going to go outside and say hi to Rusty Watt and show you how we're getting the power to make our dandelion tea. So let's go say hi to nature.
Zed's place said, remind Fry TV to get label maker.
Label maker? Okay. So there's Rusty Watt. I'll take the camera off here so I can give you a higher view. That's what's powering the coffee maker right now. It's overkill for making coffee. but roll him out of the and push him back in. I don't even have to start up the truck. And yeah, it's a little bit of a task to push it back in. The neighbors always look at me like, do you need any help?
Said
like,
they're
no,
more better.
It's fine. They think the truck doesn't run. But I just don't want to start it just to go, 10 feet. So it's not good for an engine to start and stop it. So there's Rusty Watt powering our coffee. This is what's powering our studio right here. So the sun juice.
SWERTIN. Said never heard of dandelion coffee.
Oh, it's good stuff. There's some renegade gardening action going on there. So yeah, I like it better than coffee now. It doesn't give me the jitters. I really like it. There's some pretty flower action. All right, so let's get back in here because it's important to do this. Because if you do what I do here, you're going to have a little bit of an overflow in the basket sometimes. So you can see the basket's filling up pretty quick. Let's see if I can get better lighting on that. There we go. So the reason why I have the spoon and the reason why I have the lid open like this, normally this is how people would make their coffee, just like that. All right? Well, the reason why I have it open is for two reasons. All that steam builds up right here and that plastic, and I don't want any more plastic getting into my food. So that's one thing. But the thing is this thing will kick over with the top up. So I put that little clothesline thing there. And that way I can come in here and stir this up. And it doesn't stick to the sides, because if you just let it run and you put a lot of cacao powder in there, it's going to plug up this screen. And this thing will fill all the way to the top, and it gets to the very edge, and it doesn't run over, but it gets close. And what I like to do is I like to double brew my setup here. So what I do is I'll take it off like this whenever it's done, and I pour it back into the basket like this, like that, and then I'll let it sit there for another 5 minutes. And if you don't put your pitcher back in there, then the check valve keeps it from flowing down with this Mr. Coffee Maker. It's like a $20 one you can get at the grocery store. This $20 coffee maker is the best one that I've ever seen so far. It's just reliable. It pulls about 650 watts. So now that I already did my recycle thing, see how it filled up real quick? I just did that for the video. I don't normally do that until it's done. So we're going to have to step it up a notch and get that off the sides. But this is going to make the most amazing coffee substitute. It's going to have a punch to it with the black pepper and the cayenne. The sea salt is very nutritious as far as the minerals and the electrolytes and the sea and the salt. The cayenne pepper is good for your blood flow. The Tahibu tea is the stuff that's antifungal. The cacao, there's claims that it does help your body in certain ways. I can't prove or disprove that, but I'm still putting it in there. I'm feeling better all the time, so I'm just going to keep doing things that make me feel better. So there, that's good stirring. So let's check on our food. There's our bacon and eggs that we made earlier. I'm going to check on the chat now. Let's do that. We can check on the birds while we're here. There, I'm going to move the camera closer. I got the pole. I need to probably do that today. So Betty Boop says, love your yard. Yeah, it's paradise. And I have the 6 acres behind the house. So what you're seeing there is overlooking my property. And it's a paradise. I have walking trails that are not currently mowed. I'm going to mow my walking trails so I can have it. Right now, the walking trails are grown up so bad that the blackberry vines are cutting into my legs, and my legs are just a mess because of the blackberry vines. So I'm going to mow a trail so I can walk the property. It's 5.6 acres, and it's a paradise. It has blackberries. I have mulberry trees that I planted, some fruit trees, pecan trees. There's probably 40 something pecan trees, and at least 15 to 20 of them are decent producers. 10 of them are really excellent producers, 15 are hit and miss. All different varieties of pecans. Yeah, it's just paradise. And I don't cut the grass. I keep the flowers in nature. I'll let nature do its thing. And it seems to be a really balanced system out there where there's not too many mosquitoes or anything like that. Now, the purple martins do cut into my dragonfly population, which I don't care for, but it's kind of a give and take there. All right, so let's go check on our coffee. So this is what we made our dandelion coffee with. So this is something that you can all source from your grocery stores. You want to get it as clean as possible. So now this is what I do. So I pull this out of the way, get that out of the way. Let me get over here in the better lighting for you. And then I just pour this right back in the basket. And I just let that set just like that. And another thing I'll do is I'll preheat my mug, because when you pour hot coffee in a cold mug, it's kind of defeating the purpose. So I'll go ahead and pour a little bit in the mug as well. And then I'll just put that right there. And the mug's getting nice and warm. And we'll just stir this up a little bit. And that's going to be some of the best dandelion coffee you've ever had. Trust me on that. And it's going to have a punch to it. I'm going to drink some water, even though Nightbot has not reminded me. I'm going to go do it by myself. That was excellent. Like I said, Zed, I'm going to be premiering your video of your art later. So if you're still watching, Zed, I got a video premiere coming up, and we'll give you credits and all the good stuff and link to your channel of your sculpture art there. And if Zed, you can put a link in the chat. There you go, sculpture of the day. You just read my mind, Zed. Awesome. All right. So I think now we can taste our dandelion coffee, because I'm really jonesing for it at this point. It's really good stuff. So this is what I do. Is the mug is warm now. Doesn't take long. Courtesy of Rusty Watt. I just put this back in there and see how it starts draining pretty quick. See that? See what I'm talking about? It's coming right out because this thing has a check valve. The basket, the main basket has a check valve. So when you pull that out, it's not going to drip back down. And then I make sure and get all of this nutritional goodness out of the basket before I actually drink it. And there is a procedure here. Yeah, even though I don't know the names of these master chefs that y'all talk about in the chat room. So see all that goodness, the black pepper, the tree bark. That tree bark is the good stuff. That's a Hibu tea, tree bark. Alright, so I just push all that juice out of there, that happy nutrition.
Homeboy RC said, did I just see a silkscreen stencil, or am I seeing things?
Silkscreen stencil. Am I on the wrong camera switch? No, I'm on the Me Cam. Silkscreen stencil. Alright, so we're not done yet. So now, what I do is I do this for a while. We're going to move this out of the way, and I pour this back and forth until it builds up a nice consistency. Because if you just leave it alone, it's not as good. So we're mixing all of this happiness together right here. And technically, the further away you could pour this, like the taller and more you can get the bubbly action like that, the better it mixes it together. And it's kind of like when you decant wine. This is the same concept, but we're not decanting anything. We're actually just mixing with air and structuring the water, bringing it back to life because the water was heated up. So we're trying to give it a little bit of life back here. So I do this when I make this. I'm not just doing this for the stream and the video. This is the stuff that I do that makes me feel better. Whether it helps me or not, I do feel better. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And that's it. And I'll do this to the point where I'll go, oh, I've been doing that too long, so I should probably stop. And then I'll do it one more time. And then we're going to taste this. And look how dark that is. Coffee is raised like a row crop now. So it is a little bit messy. So I usually have a paper towel sitting right here, but I didn't today. So we're going to let that cool just for a second. We're going to go clean up our mess. And then we'll get back to tasting our dandelion coffee. So I appreciate Rusty Watt for cooperating in making our tea, our coffee, whatever you want to call it. I call it a coffee substitute. That's kind of really an insult because it's so much better than coffee. Really can't call it a substitute. Drinking coffee is more about the ritual, and the taste is secondary, that I found out. It's more about the ritual and the smell.
Homeboy RC said, I take it you drink as is and don't add milk or anything.
Oh no, I don't add anything. No, even when I was a big coffee drinker, I did not add sugar, milk. You drink it straight up because, again, sugar feeds the C word. Sugar feeds C. So, I don't want to get too techie here about this, but when they're searching for C in your body, they inject your body with this dye that's got sugar in it, and that's how they find the problems in your body, because your body, sugar creates an anaerobic state in your body. So look at what we're working with here. So look at that. It kind of looks like hot chocolate in a way. All right, so let's see what we're working with here now. Now that's amazing. So I wish we had some taste division going on here. Wow. Now it's going to hit you into all different parts of your throat because of the black pepper and the cayenne and the salt. So that you're going to feel the black pepper and the cayenne in the back of your throat, and you're going to feel the salt on your tongue more. And it's just amazing. So, Mark, just because your chat didn't get read, I'm going to read it for you. Let's see. I have another assistant that I just hired too.
Mark Molo Hi Fry TV, it's nice to be back on your channel. I enjoy the kitchen segment today. Hello to live chat. Number freedom.
Appreciate it, Mark. Yeah, it's nice seeing you in the chat. And yeah, we're transitioning into Natasha's stream here in a little bit whenever she's ready. She said somewhere around 3:30. I'm going to go ahead and put her link in the chat so everybody can go ahead and get prepped. So I'm going to put Natasha's link, and then we're going to go raid her channel. Raid is a bad word. We're going to go visit her channel. So this is Natasha's link I'm putting in the chat. She's going to be doing a live in nature like she used to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. So everybody go check out Natasha if you're not familiar with her. She's a singer-songwriter, one of the best as far as I'm concerned. The best. Alright, so let's get off of that. That's just too close up for me. So we have now the dandelion on my back. That stuff is great. I wish you could taste it, but you can. You can make your own. The only difference is you're not going to be able to add that tree bark like I did. But it's still just as good without the tree bark. I do that for medicinal purposes, not taste. So just so you know. Alright, Zed, Sculpture of the Day. Yeah, Zed, we're going to be premiering your video later today sometime. I don't know when. So everybody check out Zed, Sculpture of the Day. And we'll be slowly easing out of the screen here in the next 10 minutes or so. Yeah, Kelly, she just put her link in the chat. So, is that pine bark? No, let me get you the, so the tree bark that I eat, I make tea with, I either make tea with this or I put it in my mixture like that. So this stuff here, you can screenshot it or pause the video. Here's all about it. Right here. These guys are not promoting the channel or anything. This is just, remember, I got this stuff. It's caffeine free too, obviously. I got this for editing a show for him. But it was a big process. It was an undertaking because I edited a whole bunch of shows into one show. And it says best used by 2028. And I've had this stuff for probably 5 years or more. So it has a really big shelf life as well. So this is the website. You can go check it out, TahibuTeaClub.com, if you want to find out more. Like I said, I'm not promoting this for anything. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is just the... Oh, my camera just pushed on me. As you can see that it's tree bark. And you know, they got the picture of the tree here. And then there's the tree.
Red Bimmer said I have wild cherry bark tea.
Cool. So yeah, I'm not the only one that likes tree bark in my coffee substitute. And this is sold as a tea, by the way. So what I'm doing with it is not what he says to do with it. To get the medicinal benefits from this, you have to do what he says to do and not the way I do it, because really it takes a little bit more soaking in the water to get the full medicinal out of it, but I'm getting some out of it this way. So that's what I use. I actually like the taste of this stuff. It's very, I would say, bittery, and that helps the coffee flavor if you're looking for that. So there, that's what I use right there. All right, where was I? Let's see, cool stuff, man.
Natasha Maeve said, sorry, I am at my destination. Now there's a fire and people called the cops. I'm crossing creek to see if everyone's okay.
Oh, cool. Well, you know, just let me know when you're ready, and we'll hand the stream off to you whenever you're ready. No rush. I'm answering questions in the chat. We're putting your link in the chat so everybody can go get ready and put you on the tab there. So let's put Natasha's link in the chat. Right there. Again, so that's where we're headed after the stream. She's going to do a live nature stream, but it looks like there's been a little bit of a situation with a fire, so she's going to go check it out. But whenever you're ready to go live, Natasha, if you can, just say in the chat, and I'll ease out of the stream, and we'll go see you on your live. Woo. So yeah, a warning about this coffee substitute. If you don't like that hot feeling in the back of your throat, ooh, but I do. I like that punch. Don't put the black pepper more than the cayenne. The black pepper will really give it that punch, like I put in there. The cayenne, not so much. The cayenne's more of a tongue heat than a back of your throat heat. So if you don't like the back of your throat heat, where it kind of makes you cough, don't use the black pepper. But this stuff will kind of, you know, I think if you have any parasites in your body, it seems like parasites might not like what you're drinking here. Who knows? I know if you ate some garlic, that would probably get rid of parasites pretty quick. All right, so I'm going to have my assistant read that chat for you there.
Annie_McLive at Fry TV. Have you heard about putting broken eggshells into brewing coffee? Thoughts?
Yes. Okay. So the most nutrition in an egg is actually not necessarily in the egg. It's in the lining of the egg. So let me get an egg out of the trash here, and we'll just show you. So we just cooked some eggs. So like to build your body, the building blocks, this little liner inside the egg has a lot of nutritional value to it. as far as collagen. I think I'm saying that right. So that little lining right there. And also you can crush this stuff up. What a lot of people do is they crush up the eggs and they'll make a powder with it and they'll put that in their food. I don't do that. A friend of mine does that. But yeah, the shells of the eggs have a lot of stuff that your body can utilize. So yes, I know all about that. I just don't do it. Now I need to wash my hands. Yeah, it's one of those things, like I said, I was having some issues, so I changed my ways, and the things I'm doing now are working for me. I have a pantry with red tagged foods that I don't eat. Everything up there I don't touch. Everything down there, minus that. I don't touch any of that stuff. Sugar. I don't eat foods high in lectins anymore. I'm going to start introducing lectin foods more in my my daily intake next year, but I want to do it slowly. As I get arugula, moringa, and those things, I'm going to be cooking with more green stuff. So right now you're seeing me cook without vegetables for the most part, except potatoes and sweet potatoes. I'm going to be introducing those that I grow into my cooking stream because I want them to be as clean as possible and see how my body reacts. So I'm basically just a big lab experiment to see what food works for me, and it might work for you the same way. So this stuff is really good. I guess what we can do now is we can go get our happy little bacon and eggs plate. It's on grass-fed butter. It's still a little bit warm. And we're going to taste this. Does it taste as good as it looks? Is the question. There we go. I eat on silverware only. So this is actually a silver spoon and a silver fork that I used. I used a silver spoon making the coffee. This is a silver fork. All right. There's medicinal. Silver is a medicinal metal. That's why I prefer it over gold. Silver is also antibacterial. So let's see what we got here. That's amazing. But we're forgetting one thing. Now that we're going to eat this, I know this sounds weird, but trust me. Oh, we have a fail. There's a little bit left in there, but I don't want to go hunting for that. We're going to open up a fresh jar of avocado mayonnaise, and it's just for a side dip. So you're not getting dizzy. So this is what it looks like brand new. And this is to dip your sweet potatoes in, or even your eggs. You don't want much, just a little bit. Right there. And now we got a little bit of avocado action. It doesn't taste like avocados if you've never had this. It tastes just like mayonnaise, but better. It's got a higher frequency taste to it. There's no garbage in it. It's all as natural as it can be. I know mayonnaise is still a highly processed food, but I found that it works for me. So what I do is I just take like this sweet potato right here. You can just grab that sucker and dip it in that avocado mayonnaise. That's off the charts right there. It really doesn't get any better than that. So even though the foods that I cook don't look like they're high vibrational foods, they still taste that way. As I start introducing the stuff that I'm growing out in the yard and in the garden, my plate will look a little bit more high vibrational, but it's still works for me. That is a happy plate. And it's on a bed of
Natasha
grass-fed
Maeve
cheese.
said not what I planned, but that's life. Natasha Maeve said going live, fire department on the way.
All right, cool. So fire department's on the way. Natasha's going live. We're gonna head over to her stream. I'll put the link in the chat. Perfect timing, even though we were not rushed at all. Control Z, Control V. So I'll see you on Natasha's chat. Go check her out. She's a singer-songwriter with a beautiful voice, a beautiful soul. So who doesn't love Natasha Maeve? So I'll see you in the chat. We'll see you in Natasha's chat. And we'll do this again tomorrow. So that's what we worked on today. We got bacon and eggs with a little dipping sauce, a little dipping avocado mayonnaise. We got our dandelion coffee. And then we have our superfood dessert that I'll be doing a short of. You saw me make that at the beginning of the video. So be looking for my short of the superfood dessert and what I think about it, if I'm going to change the recipe or not. Love you all, and see you over at Natasha. The link is in the chat. We'll see you on Natasha's stream. Boom, there's her channel link. And we are signing off.
Red Bimmer said, sir, as your butler, I have finished mowing the trails and I did not cut the wildflowers.
I appreciate that, Butler. You did a great job. And I'm glad you left the flowers for nature. We're out. Later, everybody. Love you all. Allow your food to be your medicine to be your food.
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
That's true.
Adios, mofo.